Hi friends! Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca. My husband Murphy and I travel full-time in our 1969 Volkswagen bus. After spending about a week in Austin visiting one of my oldest and dearest friends, we have traveled into New Mexico. We are currently at Carlsbad Caverns National Park in southern New Mexico. Unfortunately, it is closed. So the access roads to the park are actually open, so you can drive through, but due to the government shutdown, you can't actually go into the caverns. So we're a little bit bummed. We're gonna be moving on probably tonight or early tomorrow and going on to White Sands, another national park, hoping that by that time the government is reopened and maybe we can visit. So today I wanted to walk you through my minimalist 4-season wardrobe. Prior to moving into the bus, I would have what I would call a pretty big wardrobe. I had a lot of clothes, so paring it down was pretty difficult for me. So I just wanted to share a couple strategies I used in order to pare down my wardrobe and make sure I had what I needed, and share with you some of the pieces that I absolutely could not live without. All right, let's get started. Ugh. I'm so thirsty. We just got to the desert yesterday and it's like way drier. I'm used to like humid New England. So my first tip is to make sure whatever you choose to keep matches the activities that you do. So when moving into the bus, I had to be really realistic around what it is we were going to be spending our time doing and making sure the clothes were functional for that purpose. We primarily spend our time outdoors, rock climbing, hiking, things that require rugged, durable clothes. And I also wanted comfortable clothes. We spend long days traveling in the bus and I wanted to make sure I had clothes that were comfortable enough for that. I didn't bring any pieces along that I couldn't answer the question, when exactly would I wear this? What is this good for? If I picked something up and I was like, I couldn't match the activity to the clothes, I gave it away. So my second tip would be to avoid multiples. I found that having 2 of most things is what really works for me. Base layers, maybe a few more than 2 just because they tend to get like dirtier and stinkier more quickly. But 2 sweaters, 2 pairs of shorts, 2 things that serve the same purpose. So if one's dirty or one rips, you have a backup. But I have found, at least for me, there's not a need for me to have like 4 or 5 sweaters. So my next tip is to stick to sort of a color theme. So you'll see that most of what I have is all sort of in the like blacks, white, grays, denim blue kind of hues, so that everything goes together. I do have a couple special things with me, like I have a red pair of pants that I absolutely just loved and wanted to come with me, but for the most part, everything matches everything else. So my next tip is around layering, and this has to do really with the fact that we are traveling primarily in the late fall through the winter months, and depending on where we are, the weather can be wildly different. So we had to be prepared for any type of weather, from freezing cold to like 100-degree desert heat. The way that I planned for that was around layers. So no matter what the temperature is, my base layer is the same. So I tend to start with like a tank top or like this, like little crop top sort of thing, always goes underneath, and then layer on top of that. There's no like summer wardrobe and winter wardrobe. It's just a matter of like what layers you put on. It's all the same clothes, which I found to be really helpful in terms of saving space. So my next tip is around accessories, because you want your wardrobe to feel like you and be reflective of your personality, but that can be hard when you're trying to minimize the number of things that you have. I found that accessorizing with things that are useful is a really great way to do that. So I have like a really lightweight scarf, which I love the look of in terms of like adding something to an outfit, but it's also really functional, right? It like keeps my neckish area warm. That's an area, right? So my next tip is around shoes. The thing that I will say about shoes is make sure they are very functional. I have 3 pairs of shoes with me. What I'm primarily wearing right now is a pair of rainbow sandals. I gotta say, I'll show them to you, but they're gross. I've had these sandals for I think like 13 or 15 years. a really long time. But I'm gonna wear them till they wear out. So a pair of sandals is a must for me. I also have a pair of Caterpillar boots. I wear these a lot. The thing that I like about these is that they're good for like pretty much any outdoor activity, especially in the colder months. They slip on and off really easily, so I don't lace them up. I keep them unlaced the majority of the time unless we're doing some more difficult hiking or something like that. But it's really easy, especially if you have to like go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. You want to be able to put your shoes on and off very quickly. So sandals that go on easily, like the rainbow sandals, or that you can slip your foot in and out of a boot really easily is nice. So the third pair of shoes I have are approach shoes, and I wear these if we're going to do like a more technical approach for rock climbing. But other than that, they're not really like a daily shoe for me. And so my last tip before I get into showing you some of my wardrobe is around pajamas. I think pajamas are another place where repurposing is really important. All of my base layers and second layers are also pajamas for me, and I have one pair of shorts and one pair of pants that are specific for sleeping that are also used on really long travel days, so they're sort of like the comfortable clothes that I'll travel in. So I would recommend not bringing like specific pajamas unless you're like real into that, but repurposing the clothes that you already have to sleep in. Oh god, more with the water. Oh my god, I can't even drink. Don't mind me. I think the cup has a hole in it. So I just want to share with you some of the things that I have that I find to be the most useful. The first thing is this pair of Dickies pants. These pants I love. They're sort of my all-terrain outdoor pants. They're not made for climbing, but I found them to be my favorite pants for climbing. These are really flexible. They're like a little bit baggy, so you have room for movement, and they're just a really good overall outdoor pant. I wore them the other day when we were hiking through the desert, and there was like prickly cactus and stuff, and also protects you from that. And they're just, I don't know like the style or anything, they just say Dickies Relax. They're great. So next up is this sun hoodie. So this is from Patagonia, and this is a great sort of second layer. I don't really like to wear sunscreen because we shower so infrequently. I hate putting like a bunch of stuff on my skin that then makes me feel like sticky and gross at the end of the day. So I love wearing this to protect from the sun. It has SPF 50 in it, and it comes up really high in the front. I don't know if you can see that, but it covers like your neck, and you can even cover part of your face with it. And then this fits over my climbing helmet and my quite large hair. This is sort of a staple piece when we're going to be outside. It's really breathable too. So like, yes, it's long sleeves, but even in the summer or like the heat of the desert, I'll still wear this and it will breathe really nicely. All right, so next up, I mentioned this earlier. This is the scarf that I brought with me. It's sort of like a medium weight scarf. So you can see, you can kind of like see through it, but if you bundle it up, it actually keeps you like quite warm. See, like that, quite warm. But it makes me sometimes feel like I'm like, you know, wearing an outfit and like trying a little bit. Oh, I can't actually really tell you where I got it from. Oh, yes I can. If you happen to live in Newburyport, Massachusetts, this came from a store called Ganesh on Main Street in Newburyport. All right, next up is a new addition to my wardrobe, but something I have come to not be able to live without. It's this oversized sweatshirt. I don't even know if I can get the whole thing in there. It's got like a little mock turtleneck long sleeves, and it's super long. It comes down to like mid-thigh on me. My mom gave this to me for Christmas. Hi Mom, if you're watching. The brand is AG. So what I love about this is its layering capabilities. So because it's so oversized, I can throw it on over like my winter jacket or like a lot of base layers when it's cold. But it's also like fairly thin sweatshirt material. So like tonight, for instance, I'll probably wear this outfit and throw this over it when it starts to get sort of like desert cold tonight. So it's perfect for a bunch of different layering opportunities. And it's it's awesome and soft. Things that are really soft are winners for me. All right, next up is this, which I would call like a summer layering denim long shirt. I've had this thing for ages. I really like it because it is nice and lightweight. It's sort of like in the summer months, my go-to outside layer, like when it starts to get like a little chilly at night and the temperature drops just a little bit, this is what I love to wear. It is from Free People. This dress from Lululemon. So it's basically just like a long maxi dress with a little slit up the side. But it's really versatile in terms of like, if there's something where like I gotta look a little bit more fancy, if I put this dress on and like some earrings, I can kind of get away with it. It packs up really small, and it's also just, it can be casual enough that if it's just a really hot day, I can also just throw this on. And then this onesie, so don't laugh about how wrinkled it is. That's just the reality of bus life. It ties around the neck here, and then it's like big, flowy pants. Now that I'm watching this, it looks like a little weird on camera, but I promise it's amazing. It's another thing that like you can dress it up a little bit if you need to look a little fancy for something, or it's just nice to throw on when it's a really hot day, because it's just like one piece. It's really airy and flowy and big and comfortable. Like it's a good hot day travel piece. So this is, again, is from Buddha Pants. It's their onesie. All right. My last must-have piece is also from Patagonia. It's this lined shirt, and we talked about this in our Van Life Essentials, this Pacific shirt. Did I say Pacific? This Pacific shirt. So we talked about this shirt in our Van Life Essentials video, which I'll link down below, but it's another great layering piece. It only comes in men's, so this is just like a small men's size, which fits me just fine. I will say it's like a little bit on the longer side, so like because I have hips like a lady, it's a little like tight to button the last button because it's cut for a man. Am I talking to Murphy outside? So side note about traveling in a Volkswagen bus, and I want to make a whole video about like the specifics of traveling in a Volkswagen bus, but you meet so many people. Everyone just wants to talk about the bus, and it's kind of amazing how many people we meet in a day. Like some people you just have like a quick conversation like, oh, what year is it? Like my parents used to have one of those. But some people, they want to like tell you their life. Yeah, this guy's telling him his life. Anyways, this is lined on the inside. It's cotton and polyester on the outside, and it's very warm. And again, I can fit this over my winter jacket. So I have like a thinner winter jacket. I put this over top, and on super cold nights, I'll put this over top of both of those. So you get the idea of what I mean by like having pieces that you can layer with. What's your favorite wardrobe piece?
Apparently this hoodie, because I haven't taken it off for 2 weeks.
Ew. All right, so I'm gonna hopefully very quickly give you like a snapshot of everything in my wardrobe. And I'll just start obviously with what I'm wearing. This is just a little black crop top, so I would count this as a base layer. And then I'm wearing just these like flowy slit, well, hello. Flowy like slit pants that are good for like a hot day. They're really breathable. Four-season wardrobe living in the bus. Thank you so much for watching. I put out new videos every Tuesday, so make sure you subscribe to follow along our travels. Wait, before you leave, I have to show you the mess that I made. I feel like I have a small wardrobe, but look at this. As I was filming things, I just kept throwing them on the floor, so now it looks like that. Bye, friends! In our 1960s. That's not how you say that. Fancier. I'm gonna cut that part out. More water. It's not wood. It is. Like it would be a tip. It is a tip. Who am I even talking to? Ah, stupid truck. Okay. Does it smell?
No.